James Busher has taken over the lead in the cycle of pit stops. Again, 3 cars yet to pit before this cycle will be completed. Now, Carl Edwards is back on the racetrack. And Vince, something for us to look for on this pit stop?
Actually, the issue was as Carl leaves, he just stalled it. There you see it. Wasn't a slower stop from the crew's perspective, but it just stalled trying to get it out of the box.
And Rusty, by rule, they're only allowed to push it 1 pit box away.
Yeah, they're going to have to push that baby back and get it refired up. And he lost a ton of time right there. Saw the engine overheating, blowing a lot of water out.
You know, and that's a good point, Rusty, because that engine overheating could have some part of the reason why he stalled it. You know, it wants to vapor lock that engine. It's really hard to keep it running when it's that hot.
So I think I said 1 pit box a minute ago. It's 3 pit boxes you're allowed to push the car away, but there was a car in front of him in those pit boxes too.
Well, all I can say, guys, is I'm glad that Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing and those guys haven't figured out this new car quite yet, because I think they're going to stumble on it before the night's over.
Looking at the race leader, the 10 car, James Busher. He, Tony, and Tony Raines have not pitted yet. When they do, that'll hand the lead back to Kyle Busch. Unless Kyle runs him down beforehand. He's only 13 seconds behind him.
Yeah, he's going to run those guys down.
And Kyle has come out of the pit stops with about a 7-second lead on Click Boyer. First round of stops done. 18 Holden serve.
Back here at Charlotte, we're under our 3rd caution as our Nationwide Series race presented by Hellman's. After 65 laps, there is Brian Scott. He got loose, and we're trying to see right here if the 21 touched him.
Yeah, I don't think that Clint Boyer ever touched him. It looked like he just got up close to his bumper. Brian Scott got extremely loose and couldn't quite save it.
Brian was having a rough night. He was 32nd, 2 laps down when this happened. Of course, he's in that tight Rookie of the Year battle with Ricky Stenhouse, and Kevin Harvick's back in. Jamie?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Kevin Harvick. His car is just not driving the way he wants it to. Said it was rotating too hard through the center of the corner, so he said, what the heck, let's just pit. They did 3 rounds of wedge in the left rear, no tires to try to get this car better.
Well, speaking of better, we were looking at the margins coming into this round of pit stops and coming out. Kyle Busch came in with a 4.4 second lead, and before this yellow came out, it was up to 7 seconds. So the yellow is going to tighten everything back up. What we'll do is we'll reset it for you completely, because right now we'll wait to see. I think we're going to have about 16 cars on the lead lap. Tomorrow, ESPN and ABC team up to bring you 2 games at 3:30 Eastern. You'll either see Nebraska try to keep BCS championship title hopes alive and avenge last year's Big 12 championship loss to Texas, or it'll be Michigan against Iowa. Both games are available nationally on ESPN or ABC, and college football is presented by Buffalo Wild Wings on ABC at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. All right, a lot of guys did benefit from this, and we were correct. There were 16 cars on the lead lap. About 7 of them, a few more, are going to take the wave around. We should end up now with 23. Carl Edwards will be the last of the wave rounds. There you see him. They haven't made that move yet. Also, how about a shout out for Josh Wise? He's in 11th right now. Remember, he stayed out, and his pit boss, DJ Cobb, who works with our NASCAR Now crew, is on the box tonight, doing a good job. And the other one is Mr. Busher. He's going to be in 9th. Of course, Kyle Busch is going to be trying for, guess what? Another record. Here it is. Trying to become the 3rd driver to win 3 straight Charlotte races. Robbie Moroso did it. Mark Martin did it. And think about this. Kyle has won 4 of the last 5 races here, and probably would have won the other one had it not been rain short. Let's also give you an update on Danica Patrick. She pitted in that cycle and ended up at 26th right now. She is the 3rd car, 1 lap down. Dave?
And just updating the condition of the race car. When they came down on pit road, changed 4 tires, made an air pressure adjustment, took air out of the left rear tire. Immediately, Danica said, man, this car has a big push now. And Tony said, I promise you, all we did was take a little air out of the left rear tire. So it subsided somewhat, but right at the beginning of that run, right after she came down for the green flag stop, it wasn't very comfortable to drive.
All right, thanks for the update, David. As you can see, Danica trying to keep heat into the tires. Joey Logano right now is going to restart 3rd. Let's listen in.
Hey there, how was I compared to the leader? You were pretty much breaking even with Kyle. Yeah, most of your laps were a little bit faster than Clint. maybe a tenth or so. And Brad was just slightly faster than you at times, and then other times it was breaking even. Brad being probably the best short run car out here, I think. So that's kind of where it was stacking up.
Sounds like that crew chief's pretty optimistic there, saying he was close to Kyle. I don't know.
Well,
Kyle
I mean,
Busch pretty much had everybody covered.
Yeah, Kyle was way out there, and what he was doing just kind of analyzing the lap times off the tracker. Kyle had actually moved up before they made those pit stops. He moved right up next to the wall. I think his car kind of got tight, but it was, you know, at that point, I think a lot of people were really close in lap time to Kyle.
All right, let's give you the updates now because Eric McClure got the lucky dog. Here are the waiver rounds. Martin Truex, Wallace, Stephen Wallace, Trevor Bayne, David Rudiman, Jason Leffler, Eric Almirola, Colin Brown, Ryan Truex, Carl Edwards, Michael McDowell, and it does give us 23 cars on the lead lap. And as we get ready to go back to green up front, it will be Kyle Busch. Again, he's going to take the outside. Clint Boyer right alongside with Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano in row 2, Justin Allgaier, Paul Menard in row number 3. On board there with Brad Keselowski. Pace car getting ready to make the turn down onto pit road. This has been a bit of an extended caution. We've had 5 different leaders, 5 lead changes. I can tell you that Jason Keller has pulled off the racetrack. He's not officially out yet. Fans on their feet again. Green flag in the air. Kyle Busch gets another one of those great restarts. Here we go.
What did you see there, Dale?
I saw Kyle Busch kind of sucker Clint Boyer into thinking he was going to stay right with him, but held back and made a nice little move there.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of games being played on those restarts. You saw that right there. It looked like Clint kind of got caught.
Brad Keselowski holds off Joey Logano. Joey tucks back in. Justin Allgaier right behind him. A little further back, we're getting 4 cars side by side.
And just to make sure, Kyle Busch did nothing wrong there. It's just he's very good, and you have to play a lot of games with him if you're going to try to keep up with him up front.
Number of cars. Danica Patrick, remember she said she didn't like the restart down low. The air's not very good. Well, she's back there again.
Oh, trouble in turn 2.
Got a car. Two cars into the wall. The 99 of Ryan Truex and the 23 of Robert Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson spun and
backed it in, and then the one of the Michael Waltrip cars run right into his driver's door.
Yeah, well, he didn't have much of anywhere to go there. Had committed up high. Ryan Truex.
Up there too late. Sorry.
It's our second crash in turn number 2.
Just go straight to the garage there.
See right there, Robert Richardson just get loose down on the inside. Spins. Ryan Truex just has nowhere to go.
Well, he did tag him in the door, though. The car held up well, though.
From Eric Almirola's view.
See, he's just going to squeeze by here before the 23.
Keep coming. Good job, bud. Good job. Did you get the wall a little bit? Nope.
Well, Ryan was running in 21st position on the lead lap. The 23 car was 34th, 2 laps down. And for Ryan, it was his 5th start here in 2010. He's had 2 top 15 finishes, but right now he's got his first taste of the wall in a Nationwide car.
Yeah, and a nice break for those cars that took the waiver round just this last time. Now, if they choose so, they can come in, get some fuel, and make some adjustments, and if they choose to change tires. So all of that worked out well for them.
Yeah, the last time Kyle Busch pitted was lap 55. It's lap 72. If I was the guys that just took that waiver round, I'd come down and get some tires and get a reset right here. Looks like a lot of them are coming in. I'm trying to see what car numbers there. I think Carl Edwards would be one that would come. I see him. Is that him coming down pit road? Yeah.
Carl Edwards is back in, as you mentioned. Vince?
Yeah, the 60th Carl Edwards, he said it's a little bit loose on the gas 3/4 of the way through the turn. Starts to slide the rear. They're going to make a track bar adjustment. Also a tire change for Carl Edwards.
Martin Truex, Eric Almirola also made stops. Several other cars coming